welcome. You're 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 welcome.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of the You're Welcome podcast, as you heard in the intro. And my name is Hardy, or you might know me as WWE Shows Reviews 5 here on YouTube or on Spreaker or anything like that. Or my also name is Hardy Malhotra. So this week's episode, I will be having none other than the center of attention, Tricky D, on the show. I was very lucky to get Tricky D on the show here. If you don't know Tricky D, he's a local wrestler, but he's all around Australia. I'm not sure, but I think he wrestles mostly in Melbourne. But he's a great wrestler, and I was very, very happy that I got him on the show. But this week I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to have a SmackDown review just to start the show, and then I'm going to have a commercial break, and then we'll get into Tricky D's interview. So we started off Friday Night SmackDown with a match between... we had, on commentary actually, we had Josh Matthews, Michael Cole, Brad Maddox. I really like Brad Maddox on commentary, he's pretty funny. And I've always liked Michael Cole, so yeah. So we had Sheamus and Randy Orton defeating the team of Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow got hit with a bro kick, and Rhodes got an RKO. So Sheamus and Randy Orton win. So after that, we have the Shield coming out, and they challenge Randy Orton and Sheamus to find a partner for a 6-man tag team match at WrestleMania. And Orton and Sheamus accept, but they have to find a partner. So I was always thinking that maybe, Ryback or something like that, because Ryback's been with them for a long time, or John Cena, but John Cena's already has got a match against The Rock at WrestleMania. Then we have The Miz versus Darren Young, and The Miz wins with the finger four leg lock, and Wade Barrett was on commentary for the match, so it was 4 people on commentary for that match. Then we had, back in the backstage segment, we saw Big Show wanting to tag team with Sheamus and Randy Orton at WrestleMania, but they declined, and they chose none other than Ryback. So I knew it was going to be Ryback. So yeah. Then we have a Divas tag team match. We have Layla and Caitlyn defeating the team of Oksana and Tamina Snuka. It was an okay match. My dad loves Caitlyn, so yeah, I just sat around and watched it. But Caitlyn won with the spear. And then, but Layla snuck in and tagged in and pinned Oksana with crossbody, and yeah, I just see Layla turning heel soon. And then backstage we have the Bellas back. They came back on Raw. I love the Bellas. I've always loved them. And so the Bellas beat up the Funkadactyls. They make fun of them, and that's about it. Then we have a pretty good match between Dolph Ziggler and Kane. Looks like Dolph Ziggler's becoming, he's going to start winning some matches now, which is good. I really like Dolph Ziggler. So, Dolph Ziggler, what happens? Yeah, he beats Kane with Daniel Bryan and Big E Langston at ringside. So, yeah, good match there. Then we have another parody of Ricardo Rodriguez and Alberto Del Rio doing the Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter thing. That is hilarious. So yeah,
It's 1 o'clock.
that was really funny. So yeah, it's 1 o'clock, guys, here in Melbourne, Australia. Then we have Fandango versus sorry, not Fandango. It's Fandango versus the Great Khali. Never happened. Fandango comes out, tells Khali to pronounce his name, but he doesn't, and no match. I really don't like Fandango, but he's alright, like Johnny Curtis. So yeah. Then we have backstage with Booker T makes the Shield with Sheamus, Ryback, and Orton official, and the Shield then attack Randy Orton and Sheamus and left them late. And then we have this match I thought would be for WrestleMania, but obviously not. But Mark Henry versus Ryback. As soon as the match started, the Shield attacked him, and yeah, they just hit the triple powerbomb. And then Mark Henry came back in, gave Ryback World's Strongest Slam, then another, gave him 3 World's Strongest Slams, and he said, "Welcome to the Hall of Pain." Then we had a really good main event here on SmackDown. We had Jack Swagger versus Chris Jericho. Jack Swagger wins with a good long match, and it went back and forth, and Jack Swagger won with the current wrench powerbomb. So it looks like Jack Swagger's got momentum coming into the WrestleMania pay-per-view. So yeah, congratulations to Jack Swagger on that big victory over Chris Jericho. I really am enjoying the Jack Swagger storyline with him as the real American. Some people are booing on it, but I really enjoy it. So now I'll give overall a SmackDown rate. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for this week. Because the Shield just kept attacking everyone, but I like the Shield, so a 7 or 8 out of 10. So now I'm going to be going to a commercial break, and I'm going to be playing the man that just won against Chris Jericho, none other than Jack Swagger's theme song. I love this theme song. Thank you guys, I hope you enjoyed Jack Swagger's theme song. Now I'm going to be taking you to the center of attention Tricky D's interview, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after the interview. Hello everybody and welcome to the 3rd episode of the You're Welcome podcast. I'm here live from the Slam Arena here in Helm, and I've got a very special guest here, the head trainer of PCW. His name is the center of attention, Tricky D. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me, Hardy. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you very much. So I'm just going to give you some nice quick questions about some wrestling and some personal ones maybe if you would like to.
Oh, we'll see how we go. We'll take it as we come.
So, first question is, how'd you get into wrestling?
It's interesting because I guess just like everybody else, I grew up watching wrestling. My favourite wrestlers of all time was sort of like Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart. I guess you'd have to say they were my biggest influences growing up. And just like anyone else, I was just a massive fan of wrestling. I remember being at school and one day logging onto the computers and jumping on Google. I think we might have actually been using Alta Vista back then as well. And finding the actual PCW Academy online, and I mean back then it was called WWX, World Wrestling Extreme, and it was actually based in Rowville at the time. And I remember saying to my mum, I want to go train wrestling. I think I was about 14 at the time. Mum said, look, where is it? In Rowville. And she's like, I don't know, we'll talk about it. Moved to Dandenong. In Leslie Street in Dandenong, and I said, Mum, well, let's move to Dandenong. It's not that far, Can we go? I'm out the southeast as well, and she said, all right, look, we'll take you down, see how you go, and if you enjoy it, then we'll sign you up. And did my assessments, as everyone. And still to this day, you've got to do assessments before you start training. And to be honest, I never really looked back, and it's been a great trip so far. And I guess I'm 11, 12 years in now, which is scary.
Yeah, that's a really nice story to hear. So, my next question is, what was your favourite era of the WWE, or whatever you decided to watch?
I grew up, I like to think I'm very lucky because I grew up, my brother, ever since I was born, there's a classic photo of me, I'm sure I'll put it online someday, of me actually wearing a Hulkamania bandana, or the Hulkster bandana, and I'm 8 months old. My brother used to always watch wrestling, and he sort of grew up and grew out of it a little bit. But as far as I've known wrestling. I have to say, I probably watched wrestling before I even watched AFL, before I watched Aussie Rules, and I'm a massive Collingwood supporter. Anyone who knows me knows that. But as far as wrestling goes, the era I got all the best ones. I got Hulk Hogan being champion. When Hogan left and disappeared, I didn't know what happened to him. He vanished, but then Bret Hart took over, and then obviously when Bret Hart handed over to sort of like Shawn Michaels and then got The Rock. To be honest, I can't really put it down and say I had one favourite era. I've always enjoyed wrestling, and the fact that I got to see sort of like the NWO thing at its peak, I got to see DX at its peak, I got to see Hulkamania at its peak. I'd have to say, as far as like me growing up, I was very blessed to just be able to see all the best eras of wrestling, I think.
Well, that's pretty cool.
To my knowledge, anyway. To my knowledge. Yeah. If you ask the old folks, they'll probably say it wasn't how it was back then when I was young and all that kind of stuff. But I just like wrestling.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to know. Another question I have is, who do you think, since I mentioned in the intro that you're the head trainer here at PCW, who do you think's upping the ranks for you?
As far as like students go,
sure.
I don't like putting it down on one person, saying like this is my favourite student or anything like that, because as far as the school goes, everyone comes in and everybody trains really, really hard, and the one thing that you'll find fascinating is sometimes a lot of the guys that you don't even really expect to shoot up, and I guess some people would use the term, maybe be very good, they're the ones that surprise you, and I guess you could kind of throw me a little bit in that category, as I was always consider myself a little bit of a slow learner. And battling around that, I always found other ways around it. Like I decided to be a referee when I was first starting, and it's always a good way because then you get a little bit of experience in front of audiences. And as far as putting it down to one student, though, I couldn't do that. But who am I enjoying watching at the moment? I'm enjoying watching Twitch. For anyone who is, been watching PCW's product lately, he's our newest member of the Toucher class. We've got Daniel Swagger, Centre of Attention Tricky D, and we've recently introduced Twitch to our group. So he's definitely one of the guys who I really enjoy watching.
That's pretty good. I enjoy Twitch's matches as well. Also, I have another question for you. Is what do you think of your future plans? So once you maybe finish from PCW or whatever.
To be honest, for me, it's day by day. I go back to what I said in the first question. I just enjoy wrestling. I enjoy being a part of it. I enjoy what I'm doing right now. I'm really enjoying it. Being, obviously wrestling regularly on all PCW shows, having the ability to be involved in different areas, whether it's as running the school. I really enjoy training guys. I'm down here 2-3 times a week. We run slam shows on the weekend. I'm enjoying doing commentary for that. I'm enjoying helping the guys out the back. I'm enjoying watching guys progress. And as far as being on shows concerned, I enjoy feeling as if my performance keeps getting better and better every time I jump in there. And I enjoy the atmosphere. So as far as looking into the future is concerned, I'm not really fussed. My future is in wrestling. That's the bottom line. My future's in wrestling, and wherever I end up, it's going to be a fun ride.
Thanks very much for answering that question. The last question, which I really enjoy, is that one question that I've always wanted to ask you is, how'd you make up the tomahawk? Like, what was the name behind it? What made you behind it?
This is a fun story. I don't know if I'll go into the full details, of it, but I've actually got somebody looking at me right now with a big smirk on their face because they sort of have a good idea of how the Tomahawk came about. But look, it was a trip to Las Vegas. This is what usually I say. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But let's say a good friend of mine got himself into a little bit of an argument with a gentleman who wasn't being so gentlemanly at the time, while my friend was with a lady friend at the same time. And he decided to threaten him with a tomahawk. He said, "That's it, I'm coming back here, I'm going to get you with the tomahawk." And as he was saying tomahawk, he was throwing his hand in this way, like I do on the shows, saying, "Tomahawk, I'm going to tomahawk you, I'm going to tomahawk you." And to be honest, besides being a little bit scared, I guess you'd say, thinking, is this guy a psychopath? And is he going to come back with a tomahawk and chop us up? The other part of me was thinking, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. And did your phone just do something strange? And as far as the tomahawk goes, I think it's fun. I think the guys enjoy it, like as in the fans enjoy it, girls and guys. And as far as the people I face, they fear it. They fear the tomahawk, and they know that.
Alright, thank you very much. I've always wanted to know how the tomahawk came about. And so any plugs that you want to give out? So any shout outs, anything?
TrickyTube.com. You can always go to TrickyTube.com and you can see all my matches on there, that I've been able to obtain from 2004 through to today. You've got 2.5 crowd, which is a black dude, the white guy, and a midget. I know it sounds politically incorrect, that's because it is. You've got we're one-off exclusives on TrickyTube.com. Don't forget to check out the Facebook, facebook.com/TrickyD, twitter.com/TrickyD, and overall, don't forget PCW. Slam Pro Wrestling Academy, OzWrestling.com. You can come down here, you can try it out, if it's always been your dream, or alternatively, you could make it a quite possible career. Who knows?
Thank you very much. I will definitely put those links in the description where I'll put all our stuff, so I'll put all your plugs that you gave out, and I'll definitely put all my stuff in there as well. So thank you very much for...
No worries, Hardy, and I'm glad to see you did your zipper up. It made this interview a little bit more comfortable for me.
Thank you to Tricky D for that amazing interview. It was a great one. Tricky D is just a legend. He's awesome. I have to thank him a lot. I was nervous coming into that place, but Tricky D is just a legend in himself. But so thanks a lot to Tricky D for the interview again, and make sure I'll definitely put all those links that he said, those plugs that he said, I'll put them in the description or wherever Spreaker puts it. I can't remember, but I'll definitely do that. And next week I've got none other than the head referee of PCW, Steve Rowdy. He's also another great person I want to thank. So next week, look out for that. I'm probably going to get it down next Thursday. And then, so that's next Thursday. So look out for that. So, thank you guys for listening to the 3rd episode of the You're Welcome podcast. I'm Hardy Malhotra, and I'll see you guys on the next podcast. See you later, and have a great day.